This comment says, do women understand the word accountability? Hold on. I do know what accountability means. So this is a great time for you to learn that you're using the wrong word. The word y'all are actually looking for is punishment. When a lot of Black men say held accountable, what they mean is I want someone punished for the way that I feel.
It's crazy how y'all are proving a point, but at least some people can just say it straight up. Y'all don't want the bags because it's too accessible. You don't want to wear your luxury bags that you spent a lot of money on because too many people have dupes. So you cannot differentiate yourself from poor people anymore.
When women are in positions of power, they tend to over everybody, including themselves. So when you give women the power in any relationship dynamic, what's her choice? To disrespect you and start talking to other dudes.
Why am I badgered or called the gold digger or anything else when I say I don't want to work and I want my man to take care of everything for me financially, in life, in general? I just want to be soft and carefree and worry-free.
House cleaning before we get started. For those who've been rocking with me from day one, I appreciate the support. For those who may be new here, coming in or out the door, from me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. Every bit of your engagement absolutely helps promote me into the YouTube algorithm. I thank y'all for the support. Now let's get to it. Drop the video. Let's go.
This comment says, do women understand the word accountability? Hold on. Watch out, Dwight. I do know what accountability means. So this is a great time for you to learn that you're using the wrong word. The word y'all are actually looking for is punishment. When a lot of Black men say held accountable, what they mean is I want someone punished for the way that I feel. Side note, I just find it funny how Black men have pretty much established that they have a very hard time with emotions, but are still convinced that they can lead Black women through an accountability process. For men, take accountability means be responsible for the way that I feel. Growing up, every time I made someone feel bad, I was punished. So how come women are not being punished for making me feel sad? And if we could deal with the real, what you really want to say is this: how come my mom won't apologize? So now instead of accepting your feelings and moving through them, you're trying to pass that emotional responsibility off on women. And here we are.
You're lying through your fucking teeth. I know it, you know it, and this fucking hoe know it.
All that psycho babble and you still prove the point to the T. None of what you said, not one thing of what you said had anything to do with the fact of the question, can or do women take accountability? You shifted right back to men, which is a lack of accountability. What does a man wanting to, I guess, have his mother apologize to him have to do with the broad scheme of women taking accountability for their own fucking actions? Like, this is what I say. Y'all are the most disingenuous, bad faith arguers on the planet. The question was, can women or do women understand the word accountability? And you went off on this prattle about when men say accountability, they mean can women be punished? No, that's not what accountability is. Accountability is acknowledging that you have done something that has caused either offense or a wrong to another person, and you have remorse for your actions, and you're taking accountability for the consequences of moving forward past those actions. That's accountability, not punishment. You construe men asking women to be accountable for their actions and their behavior as women needing to be punished. See, that's how your sick mind works. You think you did something. You thought you ate with this psychobabble, but the only thing you did was further highlight to the rest of us that you have no idea what accountability is. You can throw as many books on the table as you like. You can say or feign that men are lacking emotional intelligence and don't know how to deal with their emotions. It still doesn't excuse the fact that you don't know what accountability is at all. So you can continue with this jargon of insulting and shaming men away from asking women to understand and take accountability for their own behavior and actions as much as you like, as much as those other women who stitched you like. But it's not going to change the fact that we all have eyes and ears, and we can see that y'all hate accountability. It's your kryptonite. Let's go to the next one.
It's crazy how y'all are proving a point, but at least some people can just say it straight up. Y'all don't want the bags because it's too accessible. You don't want to wear your luxury bags that you spent a lot of money on because too many people have dupes. So you cannot differentiate yourself from poor people anymore. Because when they look at you and they see a Louis Vuitton bag and they look at her, they see a Louis Vuitton bag. Ain't nobody gonna know whose is real and whose is fake and who's cost what. They're just gonna know that both of you bitches have the same bag, so you're in the same category, and that's what y'all don't like. And that's why there was this bigger, grander conversation about Kurt Geiger bags being trash. Because a Kurt Geiger bag does not differentiate you from a bitch wearing a Coach bag. It does not differentiate you from a bitch wearing a Guess bag. It puts you in the same category as them, and y'all's entire point of getting dressed a lot of the times is to differentiate yourself from people within the same class as you, because none of y'all are 1%ers. That's the point. And it's really going right over the top of y'all shit. And like I said, it's my fault for having bigger, grander conversations with people with 8th grade reading levels on the internet. That's my fault for thinking that 13-year-olds and people who have never left their hometowns were going to be able to have a bigger conversation about fashion.
Look, I don't care about the whole bag conversation, the luxury bag conversation. When I came across this, I saw the bigger picture that she was painting, and it's about classism, right? This is what this whole thing was about: classism. People wanting to attain levels of status that gives them a perceived value, right? That's what the whole luxury bag thing is. And I don't get into the fine points of women's back and forth over expensive luxury items, but I see what she's saying. The bigger picture is classism. You all want to be differentiated from people you perceive as poor or lesser than. And that's what all this stuff is about. Not just the bags, but the luxury or the foreign cars, the expensive homes and luxury apartments and condos. All this stuff is to separate you from the unwashed masses. It's classism. That's all it is. And black people somewhere have picked up this classism and this caste system. And I'm telling y'all, it's going to be to our detriment, because none of us, like she said, are 1%ers. You're all stunting and acting as if you're what you're not. That's why you got people out here being scammers. You got girls out here selling box to attain these luxury lifestyles, because it's all to segregate yourself away from people who you deem lesser than. And that's all this stuff is about. It's pure, unadulterated classism.
When women are in positions of power, they tend to fuck over everybody, including themselves. So when you give women the power in any relationship dynamic, what's her choice? To disrespect you and start talking to other dudes. Does that help her or the guy? No. She's gonna lose the house, she's gonna lose the kids. No one wins. You guys might think they're CEO or business-owned women. No, dude, they're being managed by some dude. They're not doing this all by themselves. There's always a guy in the picture who's helping them out. There's someone leading them. So there's no such thing as woman leading anything. When women lead shit, they lead it into the fucking ground.
Look, do I agree with everything he said? No, because there are very capable women who can lead. It's not typical, but they do exist. Now, I think the broader point I should say, he was trying to make is this. And I'll say this, and this is something I wholeheartedly believe in. I cannot talk today. Wholeheartedly believe in, right? Women do what's best for them, regardless if it's morally right or correct. So in other words, this is how women will catastrophize and destroy their whole environment or structure, because in their emotions, they believe they're doing absolutely what is best for them, regardless of the outcome or the consequences. This is why he's saying women, when they get in positions of power, they only look out for themselves, because women, by this some type of societal engineering and design, are a lot of times self-centered and selfish, right? So they're not seeing the bigger overall picture for the benefit of everyone. They're only seeing the overall benefit for themselves, which they can justify and say, well, I'm doing what's best for me, regardless of the outcome and how it affects anyone else. This is why they initiate divorce at such a high level. This is why they destroy their families at such a rate that they do, because they're only thinking about what's best for them, not what's right, correct, or moral. They're only looking out for their best interest, and they justify this by saying, well, I'm a woman and no one is going to tell me that I can't thrive in my feelings and emotions, and you have to validate and give weight and validity to my emotions, no matter how irrational they are or how unlogical or illogical they are. And this is why this gentleman said that women, when they're in power, they don't benefit. They don't care to lend that power to benefit others outside of themselves. Now, do I agree with everything he said on here? No, because I know there are some very talented, intelligent women in leadership roles who don't need anyone to lead them. They are the leaders. So I don't agree with everything he said, but I agree with the basis of what he was saying.
Why am I badgered or called the gold digger or anything else when I say I don't want to work and I want my man to take care of everything for me financially, in life in general? I just want to be soft and carefree and worry free.
You and everybody else. Oh, you think men just wake up every day and be like, yeah, I want to go sling trash and pick up heavy metals and carry concrete. I just want to do that every single day.
Look, he's absolutely right. I don't know why a lot of modern black women in particular believe they're the only ones that should have a worry-free, stress-free, easy life. No one is going to have that type of life. Very small percentage of people that have that life typically inherit it, and they come from wealth. You're an average person. A lot of times these are average women who are living average lives wanting this type of lifestyle. And it's ridiculous. 90% of the world has to work. 90% of the world has to put in work to maintain a living. And to believe that you should sit on your ass and have everything done for you lets me know that y'all are in a perpetual state of arrested development. You don't want to grow up. Black women, modern black women, some of them have become the modern day Peter Pans. They don't ever want to grow up. They want to be Toys R Us kids for their whole entire life. And at some point, ladies, you gotta grow up and realize that if you want a decent life, you have to put in. You have to put your $5 in on the sack like everyone else. If you don't, you don't get the smoke. If you don't get the lifestyle that you want. Simple and plain. And I hate that it's become a big topic on social media for grown-ass women to shirk and run away from adulting. You can't escape it, ladies. Now, if a lot of you think you're gonna use your looks to levy some type of lifestyle from a guy that has the resources, fine, do it. But I don't want to hear you complaining on social media about the outcomes of that type of lifestyle. Because when someone is taking care of you like a dependent or like a child, then they have the right to treat you how they deem it necessary for you to receive those resources. And I know a lot of you don't like it. And I know a lot of you say, well, that's not right. I'm still an adult. Then act like it. Grow up, contribute to your own lifestyle that you want to have, as well as finding a partner that's willing to build with you in a symbiotic relationship. That's all I got, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Get it cracking in the comments. I'll catch y'all in the credits. 2 fingers. Peace. I'm out. Catch y'all in the next one.
Like Jesus.
Energy is fire. Conversation is right. If you say tonight, baby, I might let you take all of me. Want you here, need your mind in these sheets. Completely intertwining our minds, yeah. Tell your future like a psychic. Baby, you gon' end up right in my bed. Chemistry is sad.